All right. That one was 2 hours and 15 minutes of hiking. Yesterday was 2 hours and 26 minutes. I must have won an extra round the ring thing. There you go, kitty. 2 hours and 15 minutes of hiking. Woo-wee! By the end of summer, 170 pounds. That's what I'm gonna weigh. I've done it 5 times. I've gone up one time to 220 and down to 150. Another time I went up to 215 and down to 150. Another time I went up to 20 something and down to 150. Then with Sarah, when I was married to her, I went up to 257 and then down to 150. I documented it on Bulb on my channel, Pigeon 1. I made a documentary named Bulb. There you go, kitty. That's some water. Yep. Then with Angel, I got up to 227 and I got down to 170. Linda, we don't know because my scale doesn't work anymore. I gotta get a digital scale. This is a scale I've had since college, since probably 2000, who knows, probably 2004 I've had this scale forever. No, I probably got it when Sarah took off. So I got it in 2010. So I've had this scale for 12 years. I'm gonna get a new one here in June. I don't know what I I don't know. I wish I did. No more sugary soda. No more Jack in the Box. No more Taco Bell. I turned down a Taco Bell burrito the other day. What's up? You get water or what? Come on. I don't know about Linda. She won't quit drinking. Here, come on. I can't have that. I have 3 children. I have to be respectful. I've asked her several times to quit drinking. And I'm afraid she's getting involved with smoking. Not just cigarettes, which I don't like her smoking cigarettes either. This is Linda Gray that I'm talking about. Because it'll kill her. She's upset she lost her mom and dad. Her mom and dad died. She's been horrified for many years about it. Alright, kitty, I'll fill up the water. You can watch. Alright, kitty. Anyway, this is a message to not only my friends, but to my enemy and to my enemies. So it's a message to the ones that I love and the ones that hate me. And everybody knows that about every vlog. Because everybody has friends and enemies, whether they like it or not. It's just the way the world is. Kitty, do you want some water? Sometimes I don't know about Kitty. I don't know. I gotta pour this out right here. That was hot water. Hang on, I gotta figure something out. I gotta jump in the shower in a minute. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Kitty if I go to Hollywood. If I'm successful enough to get my own place, which I hope that I will, then Kitty can come with me. If not, and you live in the Fort Worth area, and you're gonna be here August, or right after August of 2023, which is coming up June, July, August, in a little over 3 months, I'll be happy to give you Kitty. His name's Edmund, Tuxedo, Cassavetes. I don't know if he can travel with me. And as long as you allow me to see him sometimes, where I can go visit him, then we have a deal. If I make enough money, which I hope I will, I'll need at least $3,000 to get a place saved for me. I'm going to Hollywood. I'm not going to Long Beach. Last time I went to Long Beach, California. Last time I went to Long Beach, California, and lived in that address that I showed you earlier in Paradise Gardens on North Atlantic. 744, something like that. And then from there, I went to New York and lived in 38 21st Street. New York, right between Broadway and Park. So, I got to go up to Apple, look up some Apple stuff. And then we're gonna head out. What are we doing on time? Let me get the Japanese mic stand. I got it at a Japanese store. Some of the roads are uneven out there. Yeah, we're looking at 3 o'clock right now. There's several things that I have to do. I gotta remember to wear a hat when I go out because last time I got burned a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna go to Apple. Check out Apple iPad Pro. I do want to travel with like an Apple iPod Pro or something like that, so I can store more footage on my Apple. I do want to solidify everything to one show. I can't do it right now. I can't throw away footage. This footage is too important for me because this stuff's going to help me later on in life, or it's going to help somebody. Right now, it's about delivery, but it's going to be a show about an actor. I'm an actor. I want to show you one of my degrees. Sorry, it's my knee. That is one of my degrees right there. Let's see if you can see it. Has my name on it. I got that at the University of North Texas. My neighbor has a noisy dog. I got that at the University of North Texas in theater arts. Then, I started at Texas Wesleyan, and then I graduated from North Texas, and then I went to Hollywood. For a lot of people from North Texas do go there. You know who some of the people that have made it? RoboCop Peter Weller, guy that played RoboCop. He was a trumpet major at UNT, or he studied trumpet at UNT. Another guy that made it was a guy that started a band called the Eagles. His name was Don Henley. He went to the University of North Texas too. I went to Hollywood and got discovered by James Lipton. I was doing background work for like Jim Carrey, Dustin Hoffman, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Jim Carrey movie I did was called The Majestic. Dustin Hoffman and Jake Gyllenhaal, the movie I did was Moonlight Mile. And then I did a little piece in X-Files called 3 Words, Resistance is Futile. It was actually season 8, episode 16. I was Doggett's thermal image when David Duchovny was taking off some time to look into film. He was trying to do film work. So, is his name Robert Patrick? I'll find out later. But he's the guy that played Joaquin Phoenix's dad in Walk the Line. It sounds like it's Robert Patrick. I have trouble with his name for some reason. Certain names, God kind of, I don't know why. He was the Terminator guy. He was also, he's Terminator 2. He was the bad cop that would morph into the liquid metal. That was the guy that I was his thermal image. Like a body double. I met Drake Doremus, who came out of Santa Ana, and I performed in Orange County in theater. I did theater there at a place called the Patro Theater, which is the place where the Orange County Crazies would perform. We did a play called House Divided, which was about divorce. Drake Doremus wrote and directed it. Then later, I did a student film called The Bum, which I played a pizza delivery guy. And Drake Doremus got into AFI, and he started making movies like Moon Pie. He made Spooner. Moon Pie, I think he worked with the guy off Mad TV. Michael something. And then he did Spooner with the guy from Scream, Matthew Lillard. So Matthew Lillard also did SLC Punk. He worked with Drake and Spooner. Drake continued to make movies and commercials. He worked with Danny DeVito. He finally made a movie called Like Crazy with Anton Yelchin. I don't know how to say his name. He's Russian descent. He's dead now. He died because his Jeep Cherokee ran over him, it crushed him and pinned him against a fence. Grim Life Collective did a vlog on it. Drake and I worked together on the stage and know each other well. He continued to make movies like Breathe In with, was it Guy Pearce? I get the Guy Pearce mixed up. I'm going to say Guy Pearce. I messed it up the other day. Called him something else. Well, right now we'll call him Guy Pearce. There's a reason for all this. He did Breathe In. And eventually, he eventually did some other films. He did Newness with this other kind of younger actor. And he did Equals with, I'm gonna call her Kristen Stewart. She was in Twilight. And she went out to Cannes or Cons. Some will call it Cannes, some call it Cons. And that's out in Europe. I want to say it's like, I'm going to say maybe Italy. It could be France. I don't really know. Wikipedia would tell me. I could look it up just like that. You can too. It's like a choose your own adventure show. Anyway, so Drake went out there and he was really doing well. Then he did Beginnings and Endings, and then he went quiet. He hasn't done anything in like 3 years, so he turned into Terrence Malick. So that side is my connection. Hollywood's really rough. I'm kind of going out there just to move forward. You know, I just don't want to go out this way. I have something to give. I can write. I've got my guitar. You know. And there's a lot of people that judge you. They judge you on who you are. And I want to stop some of that in Hollywood. So I'm going as like a mission from God. The new Liberty Party is there to remind you, I'm anti-drug. I don't support marijuana. I'm also anti-alcoholic. I don't like drinking it of any type or any type of smoking at all. I'm against it. I'm of a Christian nation, and I think marijuana is the wrong influence as well as alcohol. It's the influence that will kill you. It's killed friends of mine, plenty of them. It will kill you dead, and then we won't have to worry about you anymore. Alcohol will kill you. One person in Hollywood that I have to watch out for is a guy named Bradley Cooper. He's Roman Catholic. He's highly against me. He doesn't like me. I'm Protestant, and I will protest against him. We will compete. Mark Wahlberg's his friend, and he's Catholic too, and we will compete. We will compete because now the Baptists have as much money as you. There's a thing called PureFlix that I'm interested in. I am a man of God, and I will serve the Lord, and I will go on a mission similar to Pilgrim's Progress. Okay, let's try it again. Pilgrim's Progress. I know you're listening. The Catholic will judge, the Protestant won't. I can call it whatever I want. But Pilgrim's Progress is where we're going. And I'm a Christian, and I'll come across Apollyon, and I'll tell him, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Amen. All right. 176,385 miles on the speedometer. We're dealing with 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It's May 7, 2023. Welcome to Actor's Life. I'm Cole Spivey. The new show I'll be developing is Actor's Life with Cole Spivey. My dream since I was, maybe going into 18. My first dream at 17 was to be a rock star, but then I think about 18, I sat down in the drama room, John David Templin's drama room, and I decided I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to find a way to make it work. And I've been struggling for 30 years, since pretty much 92, 2002, 2012, 31 years. It's really hard. The hardest part is getting the gig. And vlogging is great. I love vlogging. Vlogging's a lot of fun. You learn a whole lot vlogging about naturalism, documentary and stuff. I've met a lot of people along the way. But acting is different. If you get the part, you get the part. They negotiate with you. Okay, I've studied documentaries, Avenue of Stars. No, I'm trying to think of the documentary. Something about the stars, something. It was some documentary made about actors living in a hotel. You got to think about the name of it. Stars, something. They lived in a hotel, and they were all actors. They lived in Los Angeles, and they made someone made a documentary. One of the actors did. It was produced by an actor. I just know the word stars is in it. Sorry, I don't know the name of it. But it was done in a rundown hotel right there in Hollywood, where you could see the Hollywood sign and everything. And it's tough because you get rejected, and then you go back and you go again, and you go again, and you go again. And the ones that stick it out, they're the ones that usually make it. Now, it's been 30 years. I was there in 2001, going in 2000 to 2001. And then I went to New York to study at the Actor Studio, which is, at the time, was the MFA program that was released at the New School University, the Actor Studio Drama School, which is now at Pace. But I don't know if I'm really going to go back, because the only option, if you complete your MFA, other than being a movie star, is probably being a professor. At least you do, Broadway or whatever. But theater work is usually pretty easy to get in California, because most people are going after film, or what they call now, cinema. Or they're trying to get on Apple TV, or they're trying to get on Netflix and things like that. They're trying to get on a major entertainment app, you could say, because all the stuff you can watch through an app now. And it's different than what it was. There's probably more vloggers. There's more actors that vlog daily. And depending on if they get the part, because if they get the part, then they have to vlog less, and their vlog is hurt, but then their career is advanced depending on the part, and they have to pay them. Because, if they're doing free work, like free film work or whatever, or some of the theater is kind of community theater, then you have to tell them, look, I'm doing a vlog because I can get paid for some of this on YouTube. YouTube actually can. Just like Apple can pay you, Netflix can pay you, Disney can pay you, and you become part of the mix. So if I'm doing if they're like, okay, we've got this independent film we want to offer you, but we can't pay you yet, I say, well, I'll have to continue the vlog then. You'll have to lower the amount of lines that you give me. I'm going to negotiate back with them if they're not going to pay. Let's say they have 200 lines in an independent film that they don't have the money to pay you. Then I'll say, look, narrow it down to 10 lines. And I will vlog as I do it. Now, let's say they have an independent film and they're like, we can only give you 100,000. Okay? I can limit the vlog to 10 minutes. You see, I can negotiate depending on what they pay me. Does that make sense? So, let's say they offer $1 million. Then I would limit it to photos on Facebook or Instagram. I would negotiate with them. They're like, we're going to offer you $1 million movie. You'll be leading role, or you'll be what's it called? Supporting. You'll be a supporting role, or you'll be a lead role. Then I'll say, okay, how much? They say $1 million. I say I'll limit everything to photos on Facebook or photos on Instagram, because they don't want you vlogging. If you're doing a paid work, they want to keep it quiet. So we would have to negotiate a deal, but it would have to be done with money. See, I'm going to Hollywood this time to be a paid actor, so it's part of a career plan. The first time I was okay with taking free theater work and very little pay for background artists or whatever, and to study the area, but I had a Sony video camera that had a bad battery, so I could only plug the Sony video camera into the wall and get interiors. I was very limited in vlogging when I was there the first time. So we would have to negotiate something. And yeah, there's guys like German in Venice that's there, that's getting a lot of attention. And there's other vloggers, probably hundreds of other vloggers that are doing very, very well. So it'll be changing from the Please Subscribe show. I'll keep it the Please Subscribe show in Texas always. And the Please Subscribe show will always be something, but it's going to turn into Actor's Life with Cole Spivey. I'm developing it now. I'm probably not going to number Actor's Life. It's only going to be by title. So the Please Subscribe show does have a lead show that's numbered. Actor's Life will not, because that limits me in saying, oh, we got to start over. Nope, it's a continuation. So it'll be Actor's Life with Cole Spivey, and then there'll be a title, like Hollywood Sign, or Actor's Life with Cole Spivey, Avenue of Stars, Actor's Life with Cole Spivey, The Chinese Theater, Actor's Life with Cole Spivey, An Interview with Jim Carrey. It'll be things like that. Okay? I'm letting you know now. It's May 7th, 2023. We're headed to Central. So Ife Jones was very interested in architecture as a young man. He ran into Frank Lloyd Wright, one of the most famous architects, that he would create, Frank Lloyd Wright would create houses around trees. So he would construct these houses, and the tree would be in the middle of the house. An actual real tree would be in the middle of the house. And he would do these things. He was a genius architect, and he taught a guy named Ife Jones, who created the Marty Leonard Chapel. It's a wedding chapel. Linda and I played piano there. And it's right here in Chapel Hill Square, Fort Worth, Texas, right next to Central Market. And you can see the very, very top there, it's all glass. So it's almost like a sunroof effect, where light spills into the actual, I guess you'd call it a chapel, or the sanctuary. And there's an atrium there too. So light spills into the atrium. And that's Central Market. And that's Marty Leonard Chapel there. We're headed in to get some healthy food, get all the toxins out. These are actually whole olives here. And I'm only gonna get like a few of them because they're kind of hard. These are the pitted right here. Probably this stuff. And these are pretty good too. Right, there is the man and the hat. Well, it's a man and a hat. Well, I guess the man holding the hat. It's constructed in 2000 and... February 17th of 2000. And it's Mia. Her name is Mia, the artist. Time that I went out to Hollywood, they were getting ready to do Phantom Menace. No. Let me get this right. That's not true. That's not true. I saw Phantom Menace with Rhiannon Bates in by an Ooster in Texas, Port Lavaca, and we went out and saw Phantom Menace. The Clone War was the one that kind of crept in and then just, you know, like, where did the Clone War go? That was I guess you could say, the second in order prequel. So it goes first Phantom Menace, then Clone War, or Clone Wars. Attack of the Clone Wars is the official title for the English majors. Now, they finally did Revenge of the Sith. I think that's how you say it, Revenge of the Sith. And that one was the one they were working on, Revenge of the Sith. The Sith was like an assassin sent out to fight or kill Anakin Skywalker. He had to fight him. Well, he lost to him, and I believe, or did he win to him? They fought each other. I'm trying to think how Obi-Wan Kenobi was involved. Revenge of the Sith comes back and fights, I believe, Anakin. Anyway, somehow they end up on a planet near a volcano. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Ian McGregor, shows up and they fight. I think. Anyway, well, he gets tore up by this volcano thing. Almost killed. And so they have to save his body because his legs get destroyed and his arm gets destroyed. He's like, he has no body anymore. So they give him it's basically like a robot body. And that's Darth Vader. He becomes Darth Vader. Anakin Skywalker kind of sells his soul to the Empire so that he can continue searching for the power of the dark side. This great power that he gets sucked into. He tries to fall in love, but instead he goes for the power. And he becomes Darth Vader. And he leaves his life of Anakin Skywalker right next to a volcano. They take him in, the Empire takes him in and promises him life. And they give him this new body. And he becomes Darth Vader. Originally, the voice was played by James Earl Jones. Christian Hayden, I'll look it up in a minute. He took that role of Anakin. I wanted it. I dreamed of it. I thought it would be cool to have, although it hasn't really helped his career as an actor at all. It's hurt his career because you don't hear of Hayden Christensen at all. But he took on the role of Anakin. I thought it would be a good role. So I remember I told my mom, I said, Mom, I was 27. And I said, Mom, I had no idea who Natalie Portman was or anything. But I said, Mom, you know, maybe it's good that I'm here, you know, because I was in Long Beach trying to break into Hollywood. And she said, why? And I said, well, they're looking for someone to play Anakin Skywalker. They had already filmed it and found somebody. My mom was like, oh, okay, that's neat. You know, my mom is, oh, that's neat. Anakin Skywalker, who's that? It's Darth Vader before he became bad. Oh, okay. Star Wars is like a frame of mind. We're going into Apple. First a water break at Flower Child. Be the light you want to see. It's almost like a lemonade stand. I'll see if we can find the advertisement. I know how important that is to you. That's their little, we got to find out what that's called. I'm going to come across a lot of them. An A board, because it looks like an A. Let's call it an A board for now. A board.